Hello there, crafters. Today we're looking at the Gospel of Matthew and how Jesus came to seek and save the lost. We're looking at some of the special miracles that he did for others while he was on earth, some of which might have seemed strange or even unexpected. But we're going to do a couple of crafts that celebrate how he came to help the hurting. And the first one we're going to do celebrates how Jesus healed a little girl who actually died. Well, she was dead, but when Jesus got there, he said, I think she's just sleeping. Wake up. And she came back to life. So we're going to make a dead to alive paper bag puppet to help us share this story. Now, this is pretty simple. We're going to start out with some features here. We'll draw some of them and we'll cut some of them. And of course, as always, feel free to get as elaborate or simple as you like. So we're going to start out. I'm going to give this little girl some clothes and then we're going to add a face. Now, these are her, we're going to start with the asleep, or really rather dead part of her. And then you'll see how we can make her come to life. Now, you do have the option of doing this kind of a front and back if you just want to do the reverse different from the front. But I'm going to make her just changed by the lifting of the flap. So we're really acting it out. You'll see what I mean when we get there at the end. So here's her arms. Gonna give her some arms, kind of add some little bits to her outfit here. We'll throw some hands on there. Hands are not a strong suit of mine, drawing-wise, as you can see. And I'll give her some hair. And here's some of her hair. Some more hair. So on the outside here is her asleep, or really rather dead look. So we're going to draw on some closed eyes. Here's her closed eyes. And we'll caption this. Jesus brings healing. And we'll say from death to life. Matthew chapter 9. Of course, you don't have to reference all of that, but kind of helps as we're telling the story. So, finishing off her sad face here. Here's her sad face because, well, she's dead. But then on the reverse side, sorry, I've got to get her nose so that her face looks more complete. Now, we have this part. Now we're going to flip this part of the flap of the paper bag so that we can make the other side of her puppet. So once again, we'll add her hair. And if you want to really get elaborate with your multimedia sensory presentation, you could throw some yarn in here for hair, or you could just draw all of it. Again, depends how much time, energy, resources you've got. So here's her hair once again, but now her eyes will be open. So you can draw them on, or if you've got some fun Google eyes, those add an extra little layer of excitement. So here's her Google eyes. Here's her awake face. And now, of course, because she's alive, she's smiling. Ooh, that looks just a little frightening, but you know, it's okay. She's alive, she's a kid. So now, when we go to tell this story, we can discuss how this girl was dead, and all hope seemed lost, and her family was very sad. But then when Jesus came, she came back to life and everyone was happy again. So Jesus takes our sadness and turns it into gladness. That's the way that works. So fun, interactive storytelling puppet, craft number 1. Craft number 2, we're going to make a little decoration. And this one is going to involve a paper plate. So on one side of the paper plate, we are going to feature kind of a, sorry, I like that paper plate better. On this side, we're going to have our doctor, air quote, our doctor tools here. And on the other side, we're going to have our Jesus feature. So this side is going to say, the sick need a doctor, ... And now we'll add on some things that a doctor might use. So we're going to use some Band-Aids for this craft. We're going to throw a Band-Aid on here. We're going to draw a little doctor bag. You could also cut out papers to do this, or you could print off pictures and have kids color them and cut those out for some extra if you need some extra time taken up. I'm going to put a little red cross symbol on here. You can talk about what that means. You can throw on some other extra things on a Q-tip. You can throw on a popsicle stick, you know, kind of like those little tongue depressors. Stuff that sort of makes this a little extra, give it a little extra doctor flair here. And then on the other side, maybe you can put also like a little stethoscope. Here's my stethoscope. You can put a little jar of medicine. However creative you want to get. Then on the other side, I'm going to flip this around and we're going to cut out a heart. We're going to paste our heart onto the center here. And we're going to highlight the fact that, well, partly that Jesus came not for those already well, but for the sick, for the sinners, for the hurting. And guess what? That's all of us. So we're going to say, here, we all need Jesus. And we'll say, the soul doctor. Reference our verses here, Matthew chapter 9. Now, on our heart, we're going to use our Band-Aids again, and we're going to make a little cross pattern with our Band-Aids. And we'll put a Band-Aid in the center, and another Band-Aid going in a cross shape, across this way. And then we're going to say, Jesus heals our hearts. So this is to remind us that, yes, we get physically ill and there are things to take care of that. But what we really need is Jesus, who saves us from our sin sickness and makes us new again. Now, if you would like to hang this up and make it a fun little hanging tool, teaching tool, you can throw on a handy dandy pipe cleaner and use a hole punch or just a piece of tape to stick it on the back there. And now you have yourself lovely little reminder that sometimes you need a doctor, but all the time you need Jesus. So, a couple of fun crafts to highlight the story, passage, the fact that Jesus does heal us and provide what we need. Maybe not always in the ways that we would want or that we would expect, but in the ways that he knows we really and truly need. So feel free to have fun, roll with it, run with it, change it, adapt it, use it as the best ability to the best way, to the best ability. You get what I'm saying. Use it for you and your ministry, wherever, however, and with whoever that might be. And join us again, because we do have new craft and message ideas every week and would love to help you out. Now, go make some crafts, go make some disciples. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.